rule of law, or who owns the referee. If you ask a CEO in New York or London, why aren't you investing more in Mexico? They won't say cartels. They will say 3 words: rule of law. In economics, certainty is more valuable than gold. If I sign a contract to build a factory, I need to know that the contract is valid for 20 years, no matter who the president is. In Mexico, all bets are off. Let me tell you a horror story that still haunts Wall Street. In 2020, an American company called Constellation Brands, the guys who make Corona beer for the US market, was building a $1.4 billion brewery in the city of Mexicali. They had all the permits. They were 70% done with construction. Hundreds of millions of dollars had already been spent. Then President AMLO decided he didn't like it. He claimed it used too much water, despite studies showing otherwise. Did he go to court? Did he follow a legal process? No. He held a public consultation, a fake vote where a tiny percentage of the local population showed up, and based on that vote, he cancelled the project. Overnight, a $1.4 billion project evaporated. Investors watched this and froze. The message was clear. In Mexico, the president's mood is more powerful than a signed legal contract. Fast forward to 2024, the ruling party, Morena, pushed through a controversial judicial reform. The core idea, electing judges by popular vote, legal experts and foreign investors are terrified. Because if judges have to campaign for votes, they become politicians. They become beholden to the political party that backs them, or worse, beholden to the dark money groups, cartels, that can fund their campaigns. Imagine you're Apple or Google, you get into a legal dispute with a Mexican state-owned company. Do you think an elected judge, who needs the ruling, party support to keep his job, is going to rule fairly against the government? Absolutely not. This is the institutional suicide that critics are warning about. The USMCA trade deal requires Mexico to have an independent judiciary. By politicizing the courts, Mexico is technically violating the trade agreement. We are already seeing the consequences. It's called an investment pause. Tesla's gigafactory, slow-walked, Chinese EV plants, delaying announcements. Capital is a coward. It hates risk. And right now, Mexico is shouting, "We are changing the rules of the game while we play it." If Mexico becomes a country where the law is just a suggestion, the nearshoring boom will end not with a bang, but with a quiet exit of capital moving to Vietnam or India. Final thoughts, the verdict, the cliff edge. So, let's zoom out. What is the real truth about Mexico's economy? It is a country standing on a razor's edge. On one side, you have the opportunity of the century. Geopolitics has handed Mexico a winning lottery ticket. The US needs a manufacturing partner that isn't China. Mexico has the youth, the location, the industrial base, and the trade deals to become the next global superpower. The Aztec tiger is real, and its claws are sharp. On the other side, you have the anchors. You have a shadow state run by cartels that taxes 20% of the GDP. You have a government that seems intent on dismantling the rule of law and scaring away the very investors they need. You have a water crisis, an energy crisis.